Good afternoon. Good day's work out there today. Certainly challenged by the elements. I think we got up to about 107 on the turf today, which I think is always good for your team. And it certainly tests your younger players to make sure that they can focus throughout the duration of the plays over the course of a 2-hour practice. So I thought we did a pretty good job today of executing, clean up some mistakes from yesterday, and we'll have some we got to clean up from today, from the things we put in, third down, et cetera, and red zone. Questions?
Coach, you sort of have two major themes for the week. Obviously, the emotion of Eric getting his number retired, but also trying to keep these guys focused on winning a football game. Is there a way to make those two things converge and get both done without especially not losing any edge on the game itself?
I'm sure the players are aware of what's going on with Eric this week. We really haven't talked about it just yet. We'll talk about it tomorrow when he comes to practice, of what that day means. But it's a little bit like senior day. The team needs to be focused on the game, and the team will celebrate Eric afterwards. Certainly the university and the fans are going to celebrate Eric during the game. But we're well aware of how important it is to be 1-0 this week, playing a good football team.
Charlie, you said you'll be part of the beginning of the ceremony. Will the team see it at all?
They will not. No, at halftime the team will go in, they won't see it, and they'll have a chance to congratulate Eric after the game.
How is Dwani done? Is he probably going to start again, or are you hopeful?
I think Dwani right now deserves to start. We'll make the final decision a little later in the week, but I'm very proud of Dwani. I think he has done a great job of seizing an opportunity. And so often we preach to the younger players, you don't know when you're going to get your chance. And sometimes your chance comes because of performance of the person in front of you, sometimes an injury of the person in front of you. And when you get it, you got to take advantage of it. You may never get a second. And he has probably done the best job of anybody on our team of taking advantage of his opportunity with the playing time he's been given. Very pleased so far.
Why is the end the right spot for him? Because I know he's tried to play inside as well, but why is the end such a good fit with him right now?
I don't know that inside would not have been the right spot for him. Defensive end is just where the opportunity presented itself. And it's a spot. I don't know if there's a lot of difference really between the E and the T in our defense. There are a lot of the things they have to do are very similar.
Is your, if it's this hot on Saturday, is your defensive line depth back to where you want it to be so you can rotate guys as much as you like?
I hope so. I don't know if Ike is still 100%. He's practicing with us. Jamil's obviously not 100% yet, but he's practicing with us. It's not back to what I want. I'd like them all to be healthy, but I think we'll have more than we did last week.
Charlie, you mentioned if you got an extra series last week, extra offensive series, but Monte would have been the next guy. If you get a similar situation, will he be the first guy in this week just to kind of pick that up and get him that experience?
No, we'll use the depth chart, the way it's in place right now. I don't think about those things until they present themselves within a game. It's really unusual circumstances that present opportunities for the third quarterback to get into the game. So I don't even think about that right now. We're just getting ready for the first play.
Can you tell yet if this offensive line is going to be a better pass blocking or run blocking unit? I know it's a small sample size, but is one area ahead of the other?
I think it's tough to say so far. I think we could be better in both. And I think that just comes down to communication and consistency. We've already talked about this action last week, but I think even some of the issues that happened up front, they're not always physical issues. And those are the things that you would hope as you get to game 3 and game 4, they get cleaned up.
Oh, did you see the sharpness in practice that you wanted to see?
No, I don't think so. I think the things we put in today, we need another day to clean them up, but I don't know that that's unusual.
With Chris Moore, I know he didn't do the job coming out of training camp, but he's played a lot for the last 2 weeks. How do you think he's done so far?
So far, so good. It's a small sample size. I think he'll be challenged every week a little bit more and more. And then as you get into conference play, even more than that. So, so far, so good.
You asked a lot of him, Taylor Johnson, obviously, in the running game. Do you expect it to continue in the way you use in the Saturday?
I don't know if I would agree with that. I think when you see them pull, I think that's why you might think that. But there's a lot of things that have to happen on the front side of those plays to make sure that puller has the right track or the right path that he needs to be on. So, running the ball, pass protection, those things happen when you have 11 guys moving in the right direction with the right pad level and at the right time.
There's always talk about the improvement from game 1 to game 2. What are you looking for to make the biggest jump from game 2 to game 3? And is there 1 or 2 areas?
Well, I hope that we can become more and more consistent. Last week we took advantage of some short fields, and until the second half we didn't drive the ball the way I wanted to drive the ball more. I think when you play clean football, not every drive is going to drive the field, but you'll have more consistency of drives, and I think we need to be able to do that. We're not always going to have the good fortune of having the types of short fields that we had last week.
Kyle, what's your philosophy with your coordinators? Do you give them total control over the vision that they have for each unit, or how much input would you say?
We have a vision of each unit at Rutgers that is independent of the coordinators. That is not their decision. But I think when you hire coordinators, you have to make sure that what they believe in fits into what you believe in as a program. And in each case, whether it's Coach Rossi, Coach Cohen, or Coach Prince, we have that. Once that is in place and the systems are in place like we have here, then they have a little bit of freedom of expression is probably the best way to do it. And certainly on offense, you always need that to be able to accentuate your best playmakers.
Got time for two more? Coach, having seen these 2 games now, and I know that the season's always a work in progress for you guys, where do you see the team as you're going into game 3, if you could kind of scale 10 where you want it to be and 1, it's a total miss? Where would you put it in between where you guys are as a team right now?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can rank it like that. I never think of it in those terms. I'd be doing it off the cuff here. I just think we're a team that really can improve in every phase of the game. And I think as long as we're working towards that goal, we'll have a chance to be a better team this week than we were last week, and then we'll try to do the same thing a week from now.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Thank you.